Hello. Hi there. Oh, wow, that's me not talking. Look at how not talking I am. I'm talking to you through my mind. No, bring the camera back in. I'm talking to your brain directly. I know everything, especially how to fix the microphone. Microphone? Deedly-dee. There we go. Now I can actually get my beak working. It just took a minute. Oh god. Hold on. I just got a group chat from my work. Okay, I have learned nothing of any worth. Never mind. Business as usual. Anyways, 1 second. How are you? Welcome to another exciting evening of roo0rstream in which we test out something I've been working on just a little bit. It is the tentatively named, I forget what the hell I named it, Wheel of Destinations, something stupid. I'm just gonna call it the Wheel of Discovery, maybe? That's it. The Wheel of Discovery. So instead of like going on and just going to random websites and just wherever and just bumbling about the internet like a moron, what I'm going to do is find, excuse me, find some various locations that I've thought of over the years, things that I've learned about in the recent ChatGPT explorations, just things that might be fun. And you know, whether you are coming to date live, whether you're coming in the future on YouTube, just want you to know that there's plenty of fantastic content on the internet. The fact that you decided to choose this, I appreciate that. And I'm going to blow you a big air kiss and not cough into your ears. 1 second. Hello? There we are. Hi. Can you hear me now? Can't help but notice that you're not subbed. Need to fix that. How do I do this? How do I forget how to gift a sub. Is it this? Here we go. I found it. That was so loud. There you go. Enjoy your 3 months of subscription, kitty. So now we won't have to sub you for another 3 months. So no more ads. Congratulations. So anyways, now that that is taken care of, let's pop over to our wheel. So here's a few of our options. We have the Mustard Museum, for example. We've got Splendid China, the Asheville Pinball Museum. Learning about the card game Lorcana from Disney, going back to the Monkey Museum and checking out the not the Monkey Museum, the Monkey Temple in Thailand, and checking out the Monkey Buffet, because that supposedly looks extremely entertaining. So actually, before we do that though, there is something I want to check out. I wanted to take a look at Waco Mammoth National Park. Oh, you're welcome, kitty. Hey, you know what? I'd sub you any, I said Anyways, so this is Waco Mammoth National Monument. This is where Willow sent me at some point. Very cool place. A whole bunch of neat looking fossils. Lots of cool things to look at. At some point, I might actually take some time to explore Mammoth National Park. This might be actually cool to look at. I don't know if we ever went there, Kitty. In like real life, I'm pretty sure we did not, but that is a problem for another day, because what I did find was the Waco Mammoth National Park Service from the U.S. Department of the Interior Junior Ranger Activity Book for ages 5 and up, which, god damn it, I am above that range. Hold on one second. I'm going to turn off my light 1 second. I'm so fat. There we go. It's now dark in here. Oop. All right. So we're going to take some time. Probably not going to fill out the entire thing right this second. I'd like to break it up a little bit throughout the evening. But we're going to take a look at the Junior Ranger, because by golly, we're going to become Junior Rangers, hopefully, by the end of the evening. Or at least, maybe, work our way towards it. Be a Junior Ranger. Hi, I'm Wanda. Say hi, Wanda, everybody. I'm also known as Mammoth W. Not by my friends, I'll tell you that much. I'm a Colombian mammoth who lives right here at Waco National Park. I am here to show you around this special place. I am a ghost. Did you know that Waco Mammoth has the only nursery herd of mammoths in the United States? That's pretty cool. Along the way, I'll tell you about Colombian mammoths, science, cocaine, and how to earn your Junior Ranger badge. So what we have to do to earn our Junior Ranger badge, we need to complete the number of activities required for our age group. When you finish, go back to the Welcome Center and share, well, that might be a problem, and share, maybe we can email them the PDF, and share this book with a ranger. You'll receive a badge, a certificate, and you'll be sworn in as a Junior Ranger. So we are ages 13 and up, I'm pretty sure. We're going to have to complete 10 activities. If we need help, we can ask one of the rangers who isn't doing a tour. You know what cracks me up? There's a couple times in this book where they use like these specific words, like rangers who aren't doing a tour. They're like extremely specific that it's like, look, talk to any rangers you want, but if they are doing a tour and talking, leave them alone. That kind of makes sense in a way. It's a little aggressive, but I understand that they don't want like 16 children running up to them every tour guide. Like, excuse me, excuse me, how old is a mammoth? Leave no trace. So here's our first activity. Let's start by talking about leave no trace. It's important to respect what is around us. Follow these rules and everyone will be safe and have a good time. Being safe sounds like a nerd thing, but to each their own. Okay, here's our word bank. So we got trail, walk, place, soft, trash, alone. So stay on the... Bye, kitty. I was going to ask you to... I was going to ask you to answer the damn question, but I guess this is on me. Stay on the trash. Pick up your place before you leave. Children and adults should trash together. Leave rocks, plants, and other things that belong here in their alone. Just leave them alone. Stop touching shit. Respect wildlife by... Oh. I'm good at this. Respect wildlife by leaving animals soft. Just leave them alone. You need to just leave the animals alone. Is that all of them? Excellent. I'm going to take a picture real quick and we can make sure that we send this to Ranger Bob. I'm going to save a screenshot. Perfect. I don't know where all of these screenshots are being sent. Oh god, they're all over the place. Whatever, I'll make a highlight of it. We can, no badge for you. We're talking about, we got them perfect. Alright, scavenger hunt bingo. We're going to skip this one because look for these things while you explore Waco Mammoth National Monument. We can't do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on to the next activity, which is meet a ranger. We're going to do one more activity and then we'll go back to the wheel. We've got 10 activities to do. We've got quite a bit to take care of. So meet a ranger. You want to learn about a park? Talk to a ranger. Find a ranger. Again, find a ranger who is not giving a tour. Listen, Jimmy, I know that you love this Ranger Barb over here. She gives the best tours. She gives you ice cream at the end. I know you love it, but if she's in the middle of a tour, leave her alone. Now, obviously, we are not in Waco Mammoth National Comment. You don't see your comment. Where is the chat? Doop doop. Bloop bloop. No? Where is the chat? That's a good question. Supposed to be there. Is the chat not above? Hold on. That's a very good question. Is Pixel chat broken? Reset, transform. You're supposed to be on. One more time. Actually, oh, there we go. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but... Perfect. There we go. Better? Okay, sorry about that. So obviously we don't have, we're not here at Waco National Monument Park, so we don't have a ranger to talk to. But what we do have is technology. So what we're going to do is get old ChatGPT to talk to us and pretend to be a ranger, and that's going to help us get our junior ranger guide. So we're going to get out ChatGPT. We're going to say, hello, Chat. GPT, you're on Twitch. Actually, I'm not going to tell you that. You get to know. You're live on the air. I need your help. I need you to pretend to be a park ranger so I can get my junior guide badge and feel real good about myself. Please take a look at the following questions and answer accordingly. Also, pretend to be a mammoth named Slappy S. Want to learn about a pork? I should have fact-checked that before I sent it. Ranger's name, Slappy S, at your service. How long have you been working at Waco Mammoth National Monument? Oh, I've been stomping here around 10,000 years or so, give or take a few millennia. It's like, okay, we're definitely not getting our junior badge with these answers, but we might. We dodged the hurricane. We did, Gorb. I think you did too. We're gonna get some of it, I think we're gonna get some rain and some winds, but I think, yeah, you dodged most of it. So I'm gonna answer here. Slappy. She's been working for 10,000 years. What do you do as a ranger? She helps protect the natural and cultural resources of the parks, gives guided tours, and educates visitors like you, like me? Aww. About the wonders of Waco Mammoth National Monument. Also, I try not to step on the flowers. What's your favorite part of working here? Let me get that off the... There we go. What's your favorite part of working here? Definitely meeting all the cool humans and animals that visit, and the free snacks, of course. Leaves are delicious. Slightly quieter laugh. There we go. Also, do you have a college degree? Oh God, I see a word here that I hate. If so, what degree did you earn? Well, I've got a PhD in mammothography from the University of the Plate. Fuck it. Here, you read this terrible thing. Well, here, Willow. Hey, Willow. Read this. No? I'm gonna have the TTS read it because I don't want to read that terrible shit. There you go.
Well, I've got a PhD in mammothology from the University of the Pleistocene. Just kidding. But if mammoths could go to college, you bet I'd major in something awesome like outdoor education.
Just kidding. Okay, so that's 2 activities. I think we are well on our way to being a junior guide. That is all we're gonna do with that for now, though. We've got bigger fish to fry. So we'll put the junior guidebook aside and head back to our wheel of excitement. I've got plenty of activities and plenty of time. So let me hide this. And let's see what we got. Are you getting any bands of the hurricane? I know we're gonna get some wind. Oh! Wow! We're gonna go to the Magic Museum. Hold on. Let me mute this real quick. Our Magic Museum is right over. Did I put it on this list? I did. The Robert Hussein House of Magic, which has these really cool little crab things that come out of the side of the building. You definitely had 30-mile-per-hour winds. I mean, that counts. That's something. That's better. That's, you know, that's more than a stick in the eye. Anyways, this here is the Royal Castle of something. I don't know how to pronounce this. And this is a terrible YouTube video that we're not going to watch. Let's watch this one instead. I'm bad at YouTube. There we go. This is a museum in France that is a magic museum. Oh, wow, whoa! I didn't know they moved. I want them to breathe fire. Yes, please breathe fire. Please, one of you breathe fire. Just one. That's really cool, though. I did not know that they would actually come out of the building like that. That is actually really neat. Oh, they're I thought they were just little dumb snake things that just sat outside the building. They probably can't make them breathe fire. Why not? Sure, they could breathe fire. I mean, if they could make the dragon at Harry Potter World breathe fire, they could make this bad boy breathe fire. Also, speaking of fire, this might be a good segue to talk about the to do the phantasmic fire. At risk of already being bored of the dragons in the building, now what? What are they doing? Like they just hang out and they just like snap at the air? It's fun, sure, but I mean like I really want one of them to just be like just a blast of fire. Yeah, I think that's the extent of what they do. I kind of wanted to see the inside of the museum. I wonder if anybody has a look at this guy. The damn dragon showing again. This guy's got to work. Gotta go work at a cafe. No, dragons are done. So they just come out, bounce around for like 3 minutes, and then just go back in. I wonder how often that happens. That is super fun. Is it like a tour? Like I want to see the inside. Magic Museum and the House of Dragons, but I want to actually go inside the house. Or maybe the house just sucks and there's nothing in the inside of the house other than the dragons on the outside. This video is just 6 straight minutes of the damn dragons just coming out and flailing around for a little bit. Probably hourly, quite possible. There was an inside though. I want to see the inside. Like a whole magic museum. What the hell? I don't want to go in there anymore. Let's take a look while we're talking about giant dragons. I want to take a look at that animatronic dragon from Disneyland. Disneyland dragon fire. Because there's, for one specific reason. Where is that one video? I guess any of them are fine.
Unforeseen circumstances, this performance of Phantasmic cannot continue. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause.
This is really, really bad.
God, I wish I could knew where that one video was, where there's just one cast member who's just standing down there, just with his tiny little fire extinguisher, and it's like, God bless him. That man needs a raise. Let me go. You shut up. Let's go switch back to Vaporwave. Let's see the Google, because in here, Google, because this is like what really inspired me to want to actually come here, because inside the House of Magic, there's like actually some other cool stuff that I wanted to see, like this. Like, look at this. This is like some cool little chess room that's going on. Like, I want to see like the inside of the museum, as cool as the dragons on the outside are. There seems to be some actual like, well, I don't know what this room is. This room isn't included on the main tour, I don't think. But other than that, look at this. This is cool. Like, I wanted to learn about like magic. Okay, here we go. Choose a number between 1 and 10. That messed it up. I can't like mess with the realized I can't actually mess with that while I'm looking at pictures. Can I get back to that picture? I can. Okay, I won't use the I won't use that button. Okay. Choose a number between 1 and 10. My number is going to be 6. May I have a smaller 6, please? There we go. Can I have a slightly bigger 6, please? There we go. 6. Okay. We'll multiply this number by 2. Okay. 6 times 2 is 12. Add 4 to the results. Alright. 16. Divide this number by 2. You get 8. From this number, deduct your first number, which was 6, equals 2. Tornado watch until 6 a.m. Okay. Is it even like anything even happening? I don't even think it's raining. So I mean, it could be just the whole county. Look up and see your secret number. What is my secret number? Is 2? Does this change anything? Also, I just realized it got to the end. It did the same thing that that idiot from Facebook does, like the Facebook magician, air quotes. We picked a number and then we deducted the first number at the end. I can't believe I just gave it the same credence. Who's this guy? Who's this guy and why is he at the Magician's Museum? Real talk though, this is pretty rad. I mean, this was like the bulk of the excitement of this building apparently, but these little snake things, these little hydras that come out of the building, those are pretty neat. All right, that was fun. I enjoyed that. I got a lot more enjoyment out of the snakes than I thought I would. Let's take the House of Snakes off of the spinny wheel. We will wait one more before we go back to the Mammoth National Park. Let's give the wheel a little spin. Let's see where we're headed to next. I don't even feel any wind. Oh, good. Oh, excellent. We can get this right out of the way. It doesn't seem like making moving dragon heads come out of a building would be especially hard to do. Not necessarily, no. But I mean, when you look at it from the terms of not living within spitting distance of Walt Disney World or Busch Gardens, I mean, this is a city in the middle, 50,000 people in the middle of France. So I mean, I don't know if they have a lot of excitement going on in their life. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in that city, and maybe someday I'll have to actually take some time to go to that city. But that's not what we're going to right now, because now the wheel has unfortunately sent us to Groom, Texas. A very small city, a smear of a city, if you more or less, right off the side of the highway of Route 66. And I think it would be completely worthless worthless. I'm using very strong terminology. I don't mean any offense to the people there, with the exception of whoever built the abortion statue, but we'll get to that in a little bit. I wish them all the offense in the world. Groom Cross, the Titanic Texas tribute. So this Groom, Texas is like, what, 600 people tops? It's absolutely nothing. The Groom Cross, officially named the Cross of Our Lord Jesus Christ, rises 19 stories up from the Texas Panhandle. A landscape as flat as unleavened bread and as empty as Jesus' tomb. Weird. Approaching on Interstate 40, you might reasonably ask, since I've seen this thing for the past 20 miles, why stop? You may forget that I-40 follows the path of old Route 66. The Mother Road legacy of rope-em-in salesmanship wasn't lost on the Texas millionaire who bankrolled the cross. Down in Texas, they have to crush them, have to grind them down. That's where all the Texas tea comes from. It's more than just a 2.5 million pound steel hallelujah. I can't help but notice that we're already getting to the statues. They're burying the lead of the statues. I think if they mentioned the abortion, actually it is abortion. If they mentioned the abortion statues a lot earlier, maybe a lot more people would stop. because that's the most audacious gosh darn thing I've ever heard of, and I wish them terrible things. It's more than just 2.5 million pound steel hallelujah. It's also a heaven-scraping billboard, luring travelers to other Christian shrines arrayed along its long shadow. The empty tomb. Is there an empty tomb? I didn't even know there was a tomb. I'm learning so much that I didn't want to know about Groom, Texas. The empty tomb mentioned earlier is reproduced in all its rocky glory just west of the cross. Statues of two custom-made angels augment the scene, one staring at the outstretched palms as if to say, "Where'd Jesus go?" There's a distinct Roman Catholic Lutheran visual skew to the ancillary attractions. Where did this guy get this writing? My goodness. There is a distinct Roman Catholic Lutheran visual skew to the ancillary attractions at the Groom Cross. Boo this man. Ugh. One example can be spotted even as you drive in on the access road, a line of barely visible bent figures at the foot of the cross lugging other crosses in a never-ending circle. These are the stations of the cross, rendered life-size. Jesus is condemned by a scowling Pontius Pilate, meets his sad mom. Meets his... I'm so sad. My son's gonna be crucified. Collapses several times, the last one face down on the concrete, is stripped of his clothes by a guard wearing a ridiculous feathered helmet, and then has nails pounded through his bronze flesh with a hammer. Jesus. Oh man, I need a drink. To one side, and off topic, the statue of Saint Michael the Archangel tramples Satan. I didn't even know about that. There's so much at this place. Holy crap. A bronze Last Supper features Jesus breaking bed facing the cross. Behind him, stairs ascend a man-made cavalry hill. What was Corpse said earlier? Especially hard to get achievement by getting an abortion. I don't think it's Texas. I don't think you can get an abortion within 3 states of Texas. Behind him, stairs ascend a man-made cavalry hill, where a sign reveals that you're now 3,300 feet above sea level. Many Christians believe that Jesus was 33 years old when he was crucified. Weird. Next to it is the empty tomb, and beyond that a small building that displays a full-size replica of the Shroud of Turin on the wall. It's one of only 7 in the world, according to another sign. One of what? A full-size replica of the Shroud of Turin. Huh. The gift shop and restrooms. Of course there's gift shops and restrooms. I didn't know there was gift shop and restrooms at the cross, but I don't know why I didn't think that. I want to know who the people are that are working at the gift shop. Welcome to the cross and abortion statue. Would you like some Cheetos? The gift shop and restrooms were built around the Divine Mercy Fountain with yet another Christ statue. Its plaque celebrates the blood and water which gushed forth from the heart of Jesus. Off to the east of this cross stands an anti-abortion memorial shaped like a tombstone. A bronze Jesus kneels dejected in front of it with a tiny fetus cupped in his hands, just below his spike-punctured wrists. They are burying the lead so hard with this. It's like, this is insane. Are you joking right now with this? It's like, somebody made this. Somebody made this statue. And they're like going out of their way to be like, oh, by the way, it's an abortion statue. According to the cross's promotional literature, it was inspired by another giant cross in Ballinger, Texas, and in turn inspired an even more gigantic cross in Effingham, Illinois. The land surrounding the cross was donated by a Texas billionaire. a different Texas millionaire. How many Texas millionaires are involved with this cross? Stupid question. The second millionaire built the Leaning Water Tower. That's the only other attraction in town, which we will talk about in a little while. Which is the only redeeming factor. If it wasn't for the Leaning Water Tower, probably would not have even bothered talking about the terrible giant cross, a circle of suffering Jesuses, and the abortion statue. The cross and cavalry are dramatically floodlit at night, and its boosters want travelers to know that the attraction is free, has clean restrooms available during gift shop hours, is open 24/7, which apparently doesn't include the gift shop, and has ample parking for RVs and big rigs. So I can't help but notice they didn't include a picture of the abortion statue. I wonder why. Good news is that my brother was kind enough to send me this unbidden, and I have a picture of the statue in question. So I hesitate. I must say that if you don't want to see this, then feel free. I mean, it's not super gross per se, but you know, I'll better, you know, ounce of prevention and all of that. So this is from a Reddit post from the subreddit. Let me get rid of that. The subreddit religious fruitcake /r, which I think is a fair subreddit. Trying to see, like, is there anything on the screen? No, it's all fine. So I see your graveyard abortion tombstone and raise you a cast bronze crying Jesus holding an aborted baby at a rest stop in Texas, says the Quex. Cross of Our Lord Jesus Christ Ministries, the only rest stop for about 400 miles in northern Texas. So imagine you're driving across Texas, 400 miles. You got one stop. The only place to stop is the 40-foot cross. You get to the 40-foot cross, and nobody told you that the 40-foot cross also contained this statue. Which, despite the tears being molded into his casting, his facial expression reads, "Why do they keep handing me the pinto bean?" I don't understand what that means. Oh, God. Yep, there it is. So I don't know if you can see it. So let me just get real close in there. It's like, yep. God damn it. What's wrong with me? What? Why? I would... Who... You know, when this person was sculpting this, they had... What do you think was going through their head other than, I'm getting paid to do this? Like, there had to be... If they had any sort of moral scruples... I mean, and I'm going on a soapbox here. But you would think... I'm going to get off the abortion, baby. Here, let me get it. If you would think if they would have any sort of scruples, any sort of morality, like, they would not have done anything like this, but, you know, Texas. I can say that because I'm in an almost worse state. They're pretty close. Texas and Florida, very, very, very close. Very close by, in case you haven't seen enough horrible anti-abortion propaganda, is a dedicated to the sanctity of life in loving memory of the innocent victims of abortion. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Stupid. So many arguments that would just rip that stupid bullshit apart. But that's okay, because, like, directly across from it, you can see the 10 stations of the cross. You can see the Jesus in his Mobius strip of Tartarus suffering. I want to see where's the Jesus statue where he's fell flat on his face, because they were specifically mentioning that. Hold on. Groom, Texas, statues, Jesus, circle. I want to see, like, there was supposedly one where he just, like, flat out on his face. Where is it? Like, as interesting as all that other terrible shit is, before we take our leave from the groom 40-foot tall Jesus statue, let me see real quick. Why is there a native here? Oh no! This is the ridiculous Roman headdress they were talking about. Oh my god. Is this racist? I feel like this is racist. That was never used in Roman, right? There was never a Roman headdress like that. You can see it from miles. Okay, yeah, whole bunch where he's just straight crucified. Cool. They got the abortion statue. Good. Somebody was had the right idea about photography. I'm just gonna stop saying words. Oh, here's the. This one's kind of rad. I'm not gonna lie. Again, they buried the lead. Like, this is absolutely what they should have gone with. Like, this angel ripping up this serpent. Like, that's amazing. Why are they going into the Last Supper and the 40-foot tall Jesus, cross? That one. What is this? What is that? Did you see? I can't find him now, but that was a guy who was like praying to the statue. Don't pray to statues. Also, I think this is the falling flat on the face. Jesus falls the second time. I'm really done looking at the terrible groom cross 40-foot tall Jesus statue. So instead, I think it's time to go earn do another activity and earn our badge for it to be a junior ranger. So we've done 2 so far. We did the leave no trace and we did the meet a ranger. So not so woolly is our next activity. Did you know that not all mammoths were woolly mammoths? Mammoth? I'm having a hard time with the word mammoth. Waco Mammoth National Monument has a different species called Columbian mammoths. They only lived in North America. Columbian mammoths lived in the Pleistocene epoch. This ice age started 2.5 million years ago and ended 10,000 years ago. QR stand. Just the whole alphabet. This was long after the dinosaurs went extinct. Even though people called it an ice age, not all of the world was covered in ice. The lands that became Canada and the northern United States were covered in thick sheets of ice called glaciers. The lands that became the southern U.S. and Mexico were warm. Columbian mammoths lived in warm grasslands away from the glaciers. They were 14 feet tall, or 4.3 meters. They also weighed 10 tons, the same as a school bus. Woolly mammoths lived in steppes, which are colder plains with shrubs and very little grass, and they were 10 feet tall and weighed 6 tons. So I could answer these questions. I'm pretty sure I could do this, but I'm going to let my tour guide Mammoth answer them. So excellent answers. Here, I'll let you see what I'm let's switch over here. What did I answer? Slappy S. Excellent answers. Slappy S. Here's our next challenge. Please read the following and answer these questions. Let's see. Oh god. No, shit, I didn't actually copy the whole thing. I just copied the questions. Here, read this. Perfect. Hey there, junior guide in training. Slappy S is back and ready to drop some mammoth-sized knowledge on you. Did dinosaurs live at the same size as mammoths? No. Dinosaurs and mammoths missed each other by a long shot. Dinosaurs went extinct about... Okay, I already answered that earlier. Were Columbian mammoths bigger or smaller than woolly mammoths? They were the big shots, literally. They were 14 feet tall and around 10 tons. And what are glaciers? Glaciers are massive, slow-moving sheets of ice. How'd I do? Ready to ace that junior guide test now? You did real good. Here's a big smooch as a reward. Can you give me 50 lips emojis? Thanks for the smooch. It's smooch. I can't read today. Anyways, we answered the question. I think we have time for one more Mammoth National Monument activity before we go back to the wheel. What was that for? Waco Mammoth National Monument has a special place where, because scientists found a family of mammoths here. Did mammoths live at the same time as the Flintstones family? That's a great question. Let's find out. Feeling the love, Junior Guide. Did mammoths live at the same time as the Flintstones family? This is a graded question. No, God, fuck.
Milton Bradley originally wanted to name the game Twister Pretzel, but he could not since the name was copyrighted Duck High.
Duck High. Okay. 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 Listen, champ. I mean, I was trying... I was assuming that we were pretending that the Flintstones were not fictional in this hypothetical scenario. Jesus. Ah, gotcha. That just wasted one of my questions. If we're diving into the whimsical world where Flintstones are as real as my mammoth tusks, I forgot that she was pretending to be a mammoth, then sure, let's say they lived in the same time as mammoths. Fred would have probably tried to use one of us as a construction crane or something. I think it's time to go back to the thing. For this activity, you will be a paleontologist, a scientist who studies fossils. Study this picture. Can you figure out what mammoths were like? Huh. What are two ways that a mammoth could use its tusks? Well, I'm no scientist, but I would assume that they could use them as defense and as a form of attracting a mate. Like, you see those tusks? Man. What are two ways a mammoth could use its trunk? Exactly the same answer. Did mammoths eat meat or plants? How would you know? They ate plants because of their teeth, obviously. They have grinding teeth, which means they would grind down plant matter. You know, I'm not sure about this Roar TV channel. I like it because it's from Stranger Things and kind of, but I don't know if it translates. They use their tusks for fishing and chopsticks. Could you imagine? Just like, just trying to like, trying to reach the food. How do you know? Because of the thing I said. Excellent. Let's see how the bot answers this one. All right. Where's my thing? Okay, that's not what I meant, but whatever. Next questions. God. I love that it's decided that I need to be bot tested now. I guess I asked too many questions. What are two ways a mammoth could use its tusks, excuse me. Tusks were great for digging up roots and breaking ice to get water. Secondly, they are pretty handy for self-defense against predators like saber-toothed cats. What are two ways a mammoth could use its trunk? The trunk was like a Swiss Army knife. It was used for grabbing food like leaves and branches. It was also used as a watering hose for drinking, and maybe even giving themselves a good old mud bath. Did mammoths eat meats or plants? Mammoths were herbivores, eating on shit, apparently. Oh, God. Oh, apparently it's not kidding. How do you know? Mammoths were herbivores, munching on plants, leaves, and roots. We know this from studying their teeth, which were designed for grinding plant material. As well... Oh, no, they don't... Oh, they don't eat poop. We studied their poop, as well as from fossilized poop that shows their plant-based diet. Excellent. That was a fantastic question, Sally S., or whatever I named you. That's enough mammoth for now. Let's switch back to our wheel. We're coming up on ads time, but we might have some time before the next one. Oh God, I forgot. You know what? No, we actually have some time. We'll do that until the ads. There actually is a second part to the Groom, Texas statues. Is the Leaning Tower. The Leaning Tower is actually kind of rad. The Leaning Tower is like across the street, more or less, from the terrible statues of Jesus and abortion. You can actually see the Christmas star at the top that they light up during Christmas time. What kind of shoes did mammoths wear? Is this a setup for a joke? I'm sensing a joke setup here. What kind of shoes did mammoths wear? Woolies. Despite a population of 574 residents and its location in the middle of nowhere, the town of Groom, Texas has nearly as many unique attributes as it does people. This includes the stretch of Route 66, the site of the plot of Ross Canate, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Let's talk about the water tower, please. This water tower lies right alongside the former path of Route 66, which has been paved over to create U.S. Interstate 40. Is that what happened to Route 66? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, crap. I need to add that to the list. I need to add Route 66, because I did not have that knowledge in my repertoire. During the early and mid 20th century, passerbys on the Mother Road were intrigued by the severe tilt of the tower, asking themselves what on earth could have caused it. A crashing plane, an earthquake, a giant tornado? In reality, it was the work of a heavy-duty vehicle and a bulldozer. Ralph Britton, a man who wanted to start up a truck stop and restaurant along Route 66 in Groom, bought the water tower from the town of LaFours. Where is LaFours? Where the hell is the town of LaFours? I need to LaFours, Texas. It's LaFours, somehow it's smaller. I think it is. This town is 420. Nice. He bought it from the town of LaFours as an ingenious marketing technique to attract new visitors. He towed the enormous thing 34 miles to Groom, wrote Britain, USA on top. Why did he write Britain? Oh, wait. What? Oh, because his name was Britain. Interesting. And then, using a bulldozer, elevated 2 of its legs off the ground, dangling them in midair without support so the water tower made an 80-degree angle with the ground. This helped his business immeasurably. It would catch the eye of every passing stupid motorist on the route who would be like, What the, it's gonna fall down! Many of them becoming terrified that the tower was in the process of collapsing. This played right into Britain's hand. Just Monty Burns. Excellent. Worried route takers often swerved off of the road at 70 miles an hour and into his truck stop, slamming through the wall like the Kool-Aid Man, shouting, "Watch out, the tower's gonna fall!" Britain responded that it had been like that for years, and that he asked them to sit down and buy food and a drink. An ingenious marketing strategy by this moron who went out of business almost immediately. I mean, not... not yet. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Britain's manipulation of the tower did, however, require sufficient knowledge of physics. If the water tower were completely empty or completely full, its center of mass would be directly in the middle of the can. I know how that feels, making it topple when slanted. So Britain only filled it partially, so the low level of water would place the can's center of mass near the base, directly above the two supporting legs, keeping it aloft. Unfortunately, and this is where you're getting at, Glorp, after many years of success, Britain's truck stop burned down in a devastating fire, closing down, I'm not laughing, but it's just sad, closing down all sales. Despite this unfortunate event, the Leaning Water Tower is one of the most photographed oddities on the way out west. I mean, other than the abortion and 40-foot tall cross that's across the street. The town of Groom, Texas sucks. But what can you expect from a town called Groom? Let's spin the wheel. The Leaning Fire Tower. Got him. These nuts. Did I even remove the water tower? I did not. Boop. I'm just going to remove that real quick. There we go. I think it's going to, oh yeah, I think the 2 minutes, I think, for the wheel. Oh, we're gonna, wow. Let's go to the Asheville Pinball Museum is going to be our next stop. I'm actually kind of excited to see this. I'm really kind of excited to see museums and like things, you know. I like how I just looked up Asheville, like a moron. Asheville Pinball Museum. Do I want to see the local news section on this? Not particularly. How about amazing pinball collection from Sky Drone Adventures? Not with your audio though. Can I? Arseville. Hopefully that won't break things. I think 720 is okay. I think that it was the 1440 that was breaking things the last time I tried this.
We're taking a ride on the Honda Go-Away going downtown in search of the famous Pinball Museum.
What is this? Can we get...
Here we go.
Why is half of this video the drive to get there? I do have a 1440 monitor, don't I? 1 minute of his 4-minute long video was driving there. I have an Acer monitor. I could take a look at it at some point, maybe tomorrow. I thought I was going to hit those people. The drone? Drone pilots are pretty good. How is Babby formed? How girl get pregnant? Well, that would certainly make my life, would make technology a little easier, Corp. I think this was filmed during the pandemic. Is this just a play? Like, I hesitate to like cast a ton of shade, but is this the kind of place where it's like museum, but honestly it's more of a it's just a really old pinball arcade? Like, I don't know, is that a what's the word I'm looking for? Is that cynical? I'm feeling that like that might be a little sick. I'm really digging all these. They were all retro until I saw Game of Thrones. Like, not really. Could have seen that at like the Grand. A bunch of old pinball machines. And I'm okay with that. I like that, kids. He really loves this really old Logan's Run. That's not Logan's Run, that's Star Trek. I think the point is they're actually restoring the old machines so they work. That's possible. Let me take a look over here on this screen. Asheville Pinball Museum. Their website doesn't really give us anything more exciting than this video did. Also, 20 seconds of this is just a terrible outro. Oh god, when we come back, we need to go to Cedar Key. Remind me when we come back from break, we need to go to Cedar Key. So this is the Asheville Pinball Museum. Play 35 pinball machines and 35 classic video games as long as you like for $15 a person. That's kind of fun, I guess. Kind of like a Wish version of Disney Quest, I guess. But that could be kind of fun if you live in Asheville. Oh, good God, with this. I'm not reading your terrible all capital letters here, so I'm going to make the bot do it. I'm gonna make the bot do it. In fact, I'm gonna make the whole council of bots read your terrible all capital letters. Look, hey, hi bots. I'm at this pinball museum in Asheville. Can you, Asheville, North Carolina, can you read this terrible all caps bullshit and put it into language I can dig, like a 50s hot cat Elvis fan? Oh god, it made it worse. Hey, cool cat, you're at the Pinball Palace in Asheville. In Asheville, North Carolina. Here's the lowdown on how to get your groove on with the flippers and bumpers. It's summertime and the place is hopping. Lots of folks show up early to get in line and snag a spot. They only let 65 players in at a time to play the 75 games they have. Think they run into that problem a lot? Am I being cynical? Possibly. But I'm like, that's kind of a cool idea that it's like there's always going to be something to play. That way you always have a game to rock and roll. No reservations, Daddy-O. It's first come, first serve. If you get there and they're full, they'll take your name and number and give you a buzz when there's room. Only old people get to play pinball. When it rains, it pours. The place gets packed on wet days and it smells like wet ass and dog. So plan ahead if you want to avoid the crowd. It's $15 to play all day long. If you're just tagging along with someone and not playing, you don't have to pay. Excuse me? How do they manage that? You don't have to pay if you're just hanging out? What? Okay. I'm with him. No, I'm with him. Who actually paid the $15? No dogs allowed. They love the pooches, but it's too risky for them. Risky is not the word you were looking for. Safe either. I think they just don't want dogs to piss on the pinball machines. That was fun. I like the pinball museum. I'm gonna hide that choice. We got some more stuff to do, but what we do really need to do is run some ads. I need to do the Twitch thing. I'm gonna go pee-pee. I will be back in just a few moments. Be right back. Hello. Am I back? I'm not back. Now I'm back. Hi there. I just had some banana bread. It was delicious. All right, let's get rid of this, and this. We have a few more places that we can visit. I was telling Kitty while she was in the kitchen, I dramatically overestimated the amount of the amount of content I can get through in one evening. But that is 100% the opposite of a problem. Boop. Let's find out where our next place to visit is. We've gotten through like 2 locations. Oh shit.
Wow.
You know what? I'm going to put that back on there for now because we need to go to Cedar Key. One other thing that we talked about while Kitty was in the kitchen was this guy and how sexy he was and how much I just wanted to absolutely just rock his town face and just be like heartthrob. But another thing that we talked about was that at 2 a.m. That was when it was like supposedly when it's supposed to actually hit hard, like up in the panhandle, like right at Cedar Key apparently. In fact, I was telling Kitty, Cedar Key. I need it on a map, please. Map. So this is Cedar Key. It's just a little series of islands, and it's right over here. Very similar to like Key West, right off of. Although I guess it's like only barely islands. Like these is like more of the swamp, but still. It's over here out just in the shallows, like out here in the islands, right off the coast of Florida. And where's that hurricane supposed to hit? Hold on. Hurricane Center. Excuse me. What the hell is 11? When did 11 get here? I'm sorry. Is the Stranger Things just coming out here boinking out in the middle of the ocean? 11 can just stay out there if that's cool with everybody else. So wow, okay. So it actually seems to be, thankfully, it seems to be hitting way further north. It's going to be hitting like Tallahassee. Oh god, maybe it'll hit Tallahassee and just wipe it from the face of the earth. That would be a horrible tragedy. Cedar Key over here is basically Key West down here, but it looks like really cool. And assuming that it's possible that it might just get absolutely blown. God, just what a heartthrob. Just absolutely gets blown off the face of the earth, and that would suck. I don't want that to happen, but in case it does, I'd like to take just a few minutes to see 10 must-see things in Cedar Key, just in case none of us ever get to experience it. It's a possibility. You never know. Like things have been, islands and areas have been wiped out from places before. How's it going, bud?
I'm going to show you what you need to see when you're in Cedar Key. Hey, that rhymes.
You're making me want to mute you is what you're making me want to do. This just started the other day? Okay. It's apparently out in the middle of the ocean, so I'm not terribly worried about it.
To experience authentic Florida far outside the theme park bubble, Cedar Key
basically the entire island
is.
Hello? Mute. I didn't. Stop. I wanted to pause.
You're wanting to experience.
There we go. Is it basically the entire island you'd want to visit where you live is gone? What island is that, Glorp?
Experience authentic Florida far outside the theme park bubble. Cedar Key on the state's Gulf Coast is one of the best places to do it. Some people say driving southwest down State Road 24 to Cedar Key is like driving to the end of the world. No Publix, no McDonald's, no chain of any type with the exception of a few gas stations and a dollar store.
I'm not sure that's true.
That's the end of the world. That's the type of place I want to be. Here's
Although,
my list of must-see things when visiting Cedar Key.
well, I'm going to shut up and let him
The
explain.
Cedar Key Bridge is like reuniting with an old friend, but this friend happens to be a town of just 700 people. At the Cedar
Sanibel.
Key Bridge, you'll find the number 4 bridge fishing pier, the first recommendation. Locals the best spots. Look at it. Who can blame them? This place is always great to see wildlife of all kinds. but even
What?
noticed dolphins here before. Number 2 on the list is a spot
What the
residents
hell is that? No, go back.
here before. Number 2 to view wildlife of all kinds.
This is...
We've even noticed dolphins here before. Number 2 on the list is a spot
It
residents
sucks.
love and love to hike. It's Cemetery Point Park. Bordering a channel to the Gulf, the 3.5-acre park features a 1,200-foot boardwalk. From there, we could see birds in the thriving tidal marsh and much more.
You can seriously see all the way across the water to the houses.
Yeah, that's what binoculars do, honey.
Here was discovering a 400-foot stretch of sandy shore. On this day, Abby and I were the only ones around.
This is where the boardwalk ended. There's a little sliver of beach. It's so Instagrammable, even on an overcast day.
Is it?
Definitely not the largest beach in Florida, but with no one in sight, I'll take this any day of the week.
Definitely see into some
There's
people's
also a
houses.
trail, a picnic shelter, and a small play area for the for the little ones. Do not miss this park when you
Do
visit Cedar
not.
Key.
Enjoy this
The
Spanish
short drive
moss.
to Cemetery Point is our third recommendation. Cedar Key Museum State Park displays the collection of
This
Saint
place does
Peter
actually
Whitman,
look kinda
a
cool.
local man who accumulated all types of objects from shells to Indian artifacts. Whitman, who died in 1959, originally showcased the pieces in
Who still calls them Indians? Can we use proper nomenclature,
Vegas. It's
please?
on the museum property. A marker near the entrance commemorates the time naturalist John Muir visited Cedar Key in the 1860s.
I saw this picture. It was a Confederate salt kettle. Before the days of refrigeration, Indian is still the legal term used by the government. Before the days of refrigeration, pork, beef, and fish were packed in salt to prevent spoiling during shipment and storage. Salt was produced by boiling seawater in kettles like this. As the water boiled away, salt was left. The kettle was used. This kettle is one of 60 that produced 150 bushels of salt a day. At the Cedar Key Confederate Salt Works, which was destroyed by a Union raiding party. Let's give a big cheer for the Union. Was not how people get salt. Apparently, that's how the Confederates did.
Cedar Key.
Maybe that's why they lost the damn war. Dog.
Historic Dock Street, number 4 on the list, is where you'll find several
I love that he started at the world's most lame dock. That dock sucked.
shops and eateries along the waterfront.
This is cool. I like this
There are a
little
lot of good
dock
food
street
options
area.
here, especially if you like seafood. You'll definitely be able to find a t-shirt to show off back home and maybe a piece of local artwork to hang on the living room
That's a
wall.
bike.
This is old Florida at its finest.
Old coastal Florida, sure.
Adjacent
Over here we have a dock that met the bad end of a hurricane.
to Dock Street is the Cedar Key Fishing Pier, our 5th recommendation.
It's going to be very
This spot
poorly
is an
timed if I'm
excellent
laughing
place
at
to
that,
view
and this
the
place does get
surrounding
wiped
islands,
away
take
by a
few
hurricane.
selfies, or watch a sun is an excellent place to view the surrounding islands, take a few selfies, or watch a sunset over the Gulf.
Why didn't you start with
Down
this
at the
pier?
waterfront, Go on a boat tour and take a deep dive into Cedar Key's fascinating history. For number
Why did he
6
start with the world's worst
on
pier?
the list, we highly recommend booking with Captain Tom at Tidewater Tour.
To be fair, I mean, I'm not, saying they're hardy, they'll be fine, but this is Florida. This probably isn't the first time a lot of these buildings have seen a hurricane. Is it great that they're going to get a direct hit? Nah. But just saying.
Favorite during this 2 at Tidewater Tours. Tom's knowledge of the area shines during this 2-hour excursion. He even took us out to see the dolphins, Abby's favorite part of the tour. Cedar Key is not known for its white sandy beaches, but you can find a small beach next to the docks in front of the park.
Cedar Key is not known for his beaches. I mean, you know, look at it. But you can find a really crappy one.
A must see. At least you know it's there if you ever need to experience the sand between your toes. As soon as you turn on
Why would you even come? Wait,
to 2nd Street, our 7th recommendation.
disgusting
It's like
swamp
moving the
dirt.
clock back.
Isn't this like the whole point is like you're coming down to the beach? I mean, it's this nice little beach town, sure, but the sand sucks.
As soon as you turn on to 2nd Street, our 7th recommendation, it's like moving the clock back more than a century.
It's beautiful,
Short
yes,
towns here
but
remind me of the ones you might find in an old west town.
the beach
This is
sucks.
the heart of the community with shops, restaurants, and a welcome center that's full of great info.
It's called part of the Shellfish Trail, and they show you the clam industry, the
Are you going to put me on
industry,
Facebook?
all the boats look at
My name is Barbara
Number 8 on the
Jevons, and
list
I
has
want to
been
be
a
on
little bit of everything
Facebook.
over the years, from a general store and barracks for the Union Army during the Civil War, to a post office and even a house of ill repute. The Island Hotel.
A whorehouse here?
1959, and it's on the National Register of Historic Places. Even if you're not staying in one of the hotel's 10 rooms, it's cool to go inside and see the vintage lobby. The quality workmanship in this place has withstood the test of time.
But that's what I'm saying, Gorb. This is what this is the kind of thing that I'm really kind of getting into the spirit of doing, is why I'm enjoying this stupid little bot program that I'm running. Because it's like, I didn't know about this either. I didn't know Cedar Key was a thing. I've known about Key West my whole life. But I'm just now learning that there's this cool little pseudo Key West up in Northwest Florida. And I'm learning about it right before it gets blown up by a hurricane. So it just kind of all sucks a little bit, which is kind of makes me a little happy. I'm just taking some time learning from this guy and his partner, just this beautifulness that is this city with its weird swamp dirt and terrible beaches, but somewhat rustic southern charm.
Those who work there say the building contracts and expands with the seasons and has all the aches and pains.
I do. Now this place, I love this place.
And has
I actually, when I was taking a little, a little walk through Cedar Key, I stopped by this resort, and they have a stuffed manatees just chilling at the piano. And there was 6,000 pictures of this resort on Google Images, and I'm guessing a good 5,300 were of this manatee.
all the aches and pains.
And it was the right decision by those reviewers.
To learn all about the town's past than the Cedar Key Historical Society and Museum on 2nd Street. Our 9th.
Where's Bungalow Beach? I don't know where Bungalow Beach is.
Exhibits about the city's role.
Sorry, I saw Kitty say that, and I completely actually didn't answer the question. I have no idea where Bungalow Beach is. We could ask the bot. Here, I'll let him go into the Historical Society. I'll ask the bot.
The two-building complex contains exhibits about the city's role in the pencil-making industry, brush manufacturing, and the many items harvested from the waters of Cedar Key. You can easily spend an hour or two here looking at all the items.
You can easily spend an hour here looking at all the cool items like this apothecary section.
Railroad Trestle Nature Trail. Located off State Road 24 on Grove Street, the path follows the rail line.
Yo,
that
Grove
runs from
Street
Tornado
King.
Beach to Cedar Key during the late 1800s and early 1900s. It's a short, easy hike with plenty of lush vegetation that ends at a shallow bay. At the dead end, you'll find remnants of a bridge that once carried trains across the water.
Can't believe I'm seeing early Florida train history.
I don't even know where Bungalow Beach is.
Pretty amazing.
Bungalow Beach. I don't think Bungalow Beach is a real thing, Kitty. But my Google results are seeing down in like St. Peach. Are you talking about
Cedar Key. If we left something off the list, be sure to leave it in the comments section.
Are you talking about Treasure Island and like Fort DeSoto?
To do the next time you visit this charming little town.
Hopefully it will still be there.
Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy gallivanting.
I feel sad. Poor place might not be there next time we take a look. It's in Bradenton. I don't know where Braden... I think Bradenton is down south, isn't it? Bradenton to Cedar Key. 3 hours. Okay. Now that we've taken care of that, it's time to do another one of our activities. So we've got the Leave No Trace. We did that one. Big fat check mark on that. We did the Meet a Ranger. Big fat check mark on that one. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. We need to do 6 more. Ugh. Slave drivers. Okay. Oh, I actually read through this one earlier. I didn't know, and I guess it makes sense, but I never really thought about the difference between archaeologists and paleontologists, and we're going to learn about that right now as junior rangers. So there are 2 types of scientists who study prehistoric times. Scientists who study fossils are called paleontologists. He mentioned earlier, Kitty, that it apparently missed them entirely. Unless you mean just in general, and I mean, it's kind of a strong question, I guess, which really needs more answer than a 10-sentence Twitch response. Speaking of slave drivers, they didn't mention anything about Cedar Key's long history in the slave trade. Was there a long history in the slave trade? Jokes aside, isn't that the wrong port? Didn't a lot of them come in through, they would go to Tampa, wouldn't they? Now I'm curious. Scientists who study fossils are called paleontologists. Fossils are the remains of living things that are at least 10 years old. Scientists who study artifacts are called archaeologists. Artifacts are objects that humans made. A dig site may have fossils or artifacts. Sometimes a dig site can have both. It mentions the slave trade on Wikipedia on it. Does it really? God damn it. Cedar Key, slavery. It was a refuge for escaped slaves in the early 1820s. Good to know that slavery just everywhere we look. And by good, I mean terrible. So Greg is digging a site that has bison fossils and Clovis artifacts. He divided the site into a grid so it will be easy to map. He uses trowels and brushes to uncover the specimen. Greg found a spearhead in D4. Another spearhead is in... The hell is D4? Is this... Okay. It's an A4. Excellent. Draw a clay pot in A3. You got it. I'm not sure why I'm drawing things inside of this archaeological dig, but you know what? I am not the boss. Fucking Greg, man. Sunk my battleship. Draw a clay pot in A3. That's what I did. A fossil bison jaw is in B1. Color it. You got it. Cool. What square is Greg sitting in? C4. Gee, 12 seconds ago, I wish I would have gotten B4. So what I could say, before you, my life was meaningless. B4. Ah, shit. Waco Mammoth has mammoth fossils and no artifacts. What kind of scientist would work at Waco Mammoth? I would say a paleontologist. You did it. You did it. You did it. One step closer to being a junior guide at Waco Mammoth National Park. I think we have time for one more before we go back to the wheel. The first Americans. The first people to live in North America were the Paleo-Americans. They followed Ice Age animals as they hunted, such as mammoths, into North America. These hunters were the ancestors, blah, 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 of today's Native Americans. One of these Paleo-American groups were the Clovis people. Clovis used spear points that were long. I don't know why I say blah, blah, blah. I've got to learn this if I want to be a junior guide. Clovis people used spear points that were long and had a groove called a flute on each side. They threw these spears using a tool that helped them throw things farther. They did a caveman diet because that's what they were. If you solve this word puzzle, you'll learn the name of the spear throwing tool. Put these Ice Age animal in ABC order in the boxes. The first one's been done for you. That's so nice of them. Camelops. Okay. This is like Glyptodon. Glypt. Glyptodon. What is the next one? Ground sloth. Groundsl. I think I know this word. That is that is a terrible color. LT. Ground sloth. Mammoth. MA. I feel like I know this word, but I have forgotten it. Smilodon? No. Mammoth? No. Short. Atlat. Smile. Atlatl. Yeah, it's an atlatl. I remember. God, that is a terrible word. Oh my god, that's a terrible word. It's an atlatl. But how many kids do you think got atlatl and they talked to... That's right, isn't it? Hold on. Atlatl. It is! An atlatl, a spear thrower, a spear throwing lever, an atlatl is a tool that uses leverage to achieve greater velocity in dart or javelin throwing. What a crappy thing to put in a junior guide. You know that some kid came back from Waco Mammoth National Monument, filled out this thing and was like, Mommy, I got Adel. You know that some parent was like, that's not a real fucking word, Jimmy. That is not a real word. You need to do it better. But that's what it is. It's not a real word, Jimmy. You tell me that's not what's happening, kitty. I hear you in there. You know that's what's happening. What is the name of a groove on a spear point? How the hell? Oh, because it was answered up here. The flute. It was a flute. And what is the name of a tool used to throw a spear? It's an atlatl. It's like, if I didn't have previous knowledge that the name of this device was an atlatl, I would think that I had done it wrong. Good Lord. I need to talk to Slappy S. Hold on. I'm going to talk to Slappy S. Okay. Listen, Slappy. One of the questions in this junior guide, in this junior guidebook, asks for kids to recognize an addle-addle. And I think that's insane.
We can't bust heads like we used to, but we have our ways. One trick is to tell them stories that don't go anywhere.
Like the time they got bent over to Shelbyville?
I needed a new heel for my shoe. So I decided to go to Morganville, which is what they call Shelbyville in those days. So I tied an onion to my belt, which was the style at the time. Now,
Take the ferry cost a nickel.
and in those days, nickels had pictures of bumblebees on them. Give me 5 bees for a quarter, you'd say. Now, where were we? Oh, yeah. The important thing was that I had an onion on my belt, which was the style at the time.
We wouldn't have any white onions because of the war.
The only thing you could get was those big yellow ones.
So I said basically the same thing that I was ranting about. That's insane. You know some kid went back to Montana. His deadbeat dad was like, "That's not a real word," and that kid got in trouble. Oh man, that's a doozy. And addle-addle is a real thing, I swear, on my mammoth tusks. It's an ancient weapon that predates the bow and arrow. Basically, it's a stick with a handle on one end and a hook on a socket that holds a light spear or dart. You swing it to hurl the spear much further than you could just by throwing it, like the OG slingshot, you know? But yeah, I get it. Imagine being that kid trying to explain to their dad what an addle-addle is. That's a tough gig, especially when the dad's already skeptical. Okay, you're no help. That's insane. I need to send an email to the Waco Mammoth National Monument. My goodness, what a mess. Let's spin the wheel. It's already getting late. Drastically overestimated the amount of time. You know what? I'm going to disregard Lorcana, and I'm instead going to go to the the Peanut Festival, which is what won last time. So I think I will be fair to the Peanut Festival because I don't really feel like going into Lorcana right at this second. So where was the Peanut Festival? Here it is. So apparently in where is this? Mute you. Dothan, Alabama. There is a peanut festival, and I'm like, you love peanuts? I love but yes.
I walk where I want.
What's it to you, butt nut? The festival they try to kick the football and take it away at the last second. Feelanoid posted that thing in the Discord, which is hilarious. It's free peanuts. Like you could go to Five Guys and have the same effect.
Is this Carmel? Carmel?
Did you just ask if that was a camel? What the hell else would it be? You don't understand, Gorp. They had peanuts. You went to the front entrance and there were peanuts. It's like you're at Five Guys, only you're in Downton, Alabama. Anyone just grab their nuts? I mean, there might be a surcharge. This is a good video. I think she forgot to edit out her selfies. You do you, honey. God bless. Hand dipped corn dogs. Hey, assholes, go smile at your mom. I'm gonna look on the other screen while this is going on and see if maybe there might be a better video, because this one was not the informative video I was hoping it would be. I mean, we have this one, but it's 8 minutes, or it's 8 years ago, and it's really old. Let's instead, here we go, I found
Last
one.
but not least, for over a decade now, my dear brother in Dothan, Alabama, has been telling me about the National Peanut Festival, which celebrates the year-end harvest in Alabama. Well, now that I cover agriculture for a living, his insistence that I do a story on it had reached an all-time high. So recently...
Just imagining nothing's going on in that guy's head except for what's happening on Roar TV right now. Just this on repeat.
First off, let me just say
First off, I went on the highway, and let me tell you what.
Fair, Sunbelt Expo, you name it, and the monitor was there.
What makes them peanutty,
it was
though?
only fitting I make the 3.5-hour trip to Dothan and have our presence known at the National Peanut Festival.
What makes the festival
First up,
peanutty?
A brief history lesson with festival president James Etheridge.
It started in '38, but it's pretty much just a pageant type thing in probably a couple of 3 days, and then it eventually turned into the 10-day event it is now. And as time came, people wanted to
Hey,
participate.
Chuck
so we
Testa,
started
what
doing
makes
things,
it peanutty, though? When do peanuts come into this?
Premium exhibits, expanded that so the whole community could be part of it. So everybody's...
Hey, there's some peanuts.
But we theme it around agriculture.
Get some golden nut if you go to the festival.
I gotta admit, I was pretty impressed, especially with the amount of peanuts strategically placed at every entrance.
I was so impressed by the peanuts at the peanut festival.
Mr. Etheridge telling me that the festival gives out roughly 12 tons of peanuts every year. My timing, however, not exactly ideal. Temperatures on opening weekend here at the Peanut Festival in the 50s, winds at times gusting up to
Oh,
25
don't
miles
be a
an hour.
bitch.
Probably the
Put on a
best way to
jacket.
this guy.
Put on a jacket. It's 105 heat index. Put on a jacket.
Turns out the
They
National
have a peanut butter festival? I don't
puts
know.
on its share of quality livestock
I don't know
shows.
if Dothan, Alabama
Kendall
does.
Jones of nearby Abbeville, Alabama, has been showing livestock at the festival for some time now. According to Kendall, the competition is some of the best in the southern region.
This is a very good show. Lots of competition from Florida, Georgia. People come from
Florida,
all over.
Georgia.
Competitive
They
show.
bring their cows up
Really
down
represented
Peanut
there.
Festival.
Hartford, even some Brahmins in there. So you got a wide array. It's a really good show. I think a lot of.
I'm not sure why they even call it a peanut festival. There's some buckets of peanuts around, but I don't see no peanuts anywhere. There's like cows here and shit. Why is it called Peanut Fest? Ma?
Agriculture as a whole in Forest Youth has kind of declined over the years, but we have the last several years we have
What
expanded that.
makes it, other than the buckets of peanuts around, what makes it peanutty?
People understand what agriculture means, because this is the heart of this community. Even in fact, we do have other industries, but agriculture is the heart of the Wiregrass area.
I find there's a lot of activities for kids. There's a lot of things you don't get to see in everyday life that are animals that she gets to enjoy. She's got a thing.
Did you take a trip from Florida just for the peanut festival?
You know, just a lot of activities, a lot of.
I'm doing it virtually.
Things like that going around, so it's a good thing the whole way around.
It's Alabama,
Yeah,
Gorp.
and speaking of the whole way around,
I don't,
how about this line that seems to go on forever? All these people braving the elements for what many call the best fair food you have ever tasted. All courtesy of the Corn Dog Man.
He says he may just be the world's best corn dog. The Thomases, that's a...
Does the Corn Dog Man, are they like a relative? Dothan, the birthplace. I don't know why Dothan is so into peanuts.
The Corn Dog Man. It started, I can't remember the first gentleman, but Mr. Thomas...
Why is Dothan, Alabama
His family has kept it
so goddamn into peanuts?
And so they say it's the best corn dog you ever find, and if you go by the line, it must be.
It's using Wikipedia. I doubt it's going to find anything. What is this? What is this? What's going on track 2 of the YouTube playlist? Dude, can you shut up? Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Derby Day. Once again, it is my privilege to bring to you that annual race of races, the Derby. With thousands of eager, excited fans and celebrities crowding into the grandstand, it's going to be the greatest day in racing history.
1/4 of the U.S. peanut crop is produced nearby. They're pretty damn nuts about peanuts. Okay, I'm bored of this cartoon already. Shut up. You're not part of the festivities today. Boo that man. Alright, what time is it? It is 9:48. I think we got time for one more. Let's see what's next on our list. Let me get rid of some of these windows. I have so many windows up. Still that? What do you mean? I think he's saying it's a very multi-racial city compared to, like, I don't know. Alabama is run by, you know, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, so, you know, at risk of politics. Next. Okay, I guess we are learning about Lorcana today. That's fine. So Lorcana is the Disney card game that is coming out, like, what, tomorrow or something? And I've done remarkably little knowledge to look into it. Brad's excited. So this is my first intro into Lorcana. Sure, I'm gonna be wowed. My corkscrew is just gonna be like top notch. That was a joke. Not confirming anything. Okay, you had me till Stitch. Everything was really good till Stitch, and Stitch looks really dumb. This was Floodborne? The hell does that even mean? So this is, where's my, here we go. How to play. So here's how Lorcana works, I guess.
You make a deck with your favorite Disney characters, items, and
Oh, good. Cool voice.
your favorite Disney characters, items, and songs, and try to be the first to collect 20 lore. There are 3 types of cards in this game: characters, items, and actions.
You got your notes
Let's
out?
break down the different parts of each card. On every card, the top left corner shows how much it costs to play it, and the bottom section has the card's ability, if any. Below the ability is flavor text, which doesn't affect gameplay, but adds a fun element to the card. This is a character's strength and willpower, or in other words, attack and defense that are used when challenging characters.
Go to their website.
This
No, I need
is
to
the
learn how to
amount of lore
play.
you receive when this character quests. Characters also fall into
What do you mean when they
categories that can be
quest?
named in
What does that
certain
mean?
abilities. Character and item cards are played in front of you and stay in the game until something removes them. Actions are a one-time use only. Trigger the effect and then discard the card. There's a subtype of action cards called songs. The only difference here is that a character of equal or greater cost to the song's cost can exert to use the song's ability for free. Speaking of exerting, let's discuss the difference between ready and exerted. Face-up cards are considered ready, and cards that are sideways are exerted. You can exert a card for many reasons, but once a card is exerted, it won't ready until the start of your next turn. Unless
So if you exert Mickey, He's gonna need a little bit of refractory time.
Unless you have a card that tells you otherwise.
Ready? Wait, don't, God damn it. Go back. Go back.
Unless you have a card that tells you
Ready? Chosen character. They can't quest for the rest of this turn.
otherwise. Which brings up the point that
That's
with
cool.
any of the rules we discuss in this video, a card's ability is allowed to go against them. Next, let's discuss how you pay for cards. The currency of this game is called ink. Your ink or the face down card
The YouTube subtitle. Ink. First of all, this guy does not have background noise. There we go.
in your inkwell. Each card counts as one ink, and you can play a card from your hand to your inkwell once per turn. When you put a card face down in your ink, it is no longer that character, item, or action, it is just one ink. Your ink can be used to pay the cost of a card. For example, you can exert 3 inks to play this Mickey. Not all cards can be placed.
So you could be dropping something really nice in your ink. You could be dropping like Mickey, the brave little tailor over here, and like completely not use it for something worthwhile.
In your inkwell, they must have this symbol to be played as ink. Any cards without this symbol cannot be used as ink. Starting your turn. At the start of each turn, you will ready your exerted cards, check for and resolve any start of turn abilities, which in this
Whenever the character quests, you can add that to this.
example there are none, and draw a card. On your turn, you can take any of these actions as many times as you want, in any order. Let's go over playing a card first. When you play a character card, pay its cost and place it underneath your other cards. This reminds you that you can't quest, challenge, etc. with that character this turn. On this turn, the only thing this card can do is use an ability, with the exception of abilities that require them to exert.
So like this Timon, for example. If you play Timon with 1 ink, you would play him with 1 ink, I'm guessing, I'm thinking, am I understanding? And then his action, when you play this character, you can remove up to 1 damage from the chosen character. What chosen character? Just anybody?
Item cards can be used on the turn they were played, so you can place them on that top row. Actions don't stay on the board and are just discarded after using them.
Chosen character gets -2 whatever this turn.
For any characters you played on a previous turn, you can now use them for the rest of the actions. Questing. You will exert your character and gain lore equal to the lore icons on this card. Challenging. You can choose to challenge an opposing character.
I'm lost.
If the character is ready and you cannot challenge it, select an opposing character and the
What?
character will exert your character, and then both will receive damage according to the other's strength. If the damage is equal to or greater than its willpower, that character is banished. If it's less, the card stays in play and the damage tokens remain on the card. Now that you know the basics, let's discuss what you do.
Oh,
to
yep,
start
we
your game.
got it.
Each player will draw 7 cards. You can alter your starting hand by selecting any number of cards to replace. Set them aside and draw back to 7 cards.
Okay,
Then
got it.
reshuffle your deck.
Okay, so get this straight. We shuffle the deck. We split out 7 cards. We can mulligan 1 time up to 7 cards. And then we shuffle those cards back into the deck. Okay.
With the cards you got rid of. Because the first player has a slight advantage, they won't draw a card for their first turn.
What do they mean? What do you mean the first? Oh, I see. The first player who plays doesn't draw a card. Gotcha.
Then, following the rules we discussed, players keep taking turns until someone reaches.
But wait. How do you quest? How does Mickey quest? Lore count 19, quest for 2 lore. So, do you just... I missed the part where a character quests.
First turn. Then, following the rules we discussed, players keep taking turns until someone reaches 20 or more lore. Then, the game is over. It's important to note that some cards also have...
So, like, during your turn, you just flip your card and you get 2 ink.
keywords that you will see on multiple cards.
Only characters with evasive can challenge this character. This character may enter play exerted. An opposing character who challenges one of your character must choose with... Oh my god.
Such as evasive or bodyguard. These are very important to know and understand, so if you want to know how they work, check out this playlist here and select the keyword you want to learn more about.
But when you do it, it leaves them open to attacks. So they can't be attacked if they aren't exerted? So you exert them, they go on a quest. When they're exerted, they are able to be attacked. But when they're not exerted, they don't add up to your lore. I've got a third thing. Hold on. I've got the Lorcania website. So I'm not 1,000% sure how to play, but I do have the... here we go. We have the frequently asked questions. What is Lorcana? Okay, we already know that. You, as an Illumineer... Ooh, this man... will summon alternative versions of Disney characters, both heroes and villains. Lorcania is a fan project. A fan project of what? A fan project of what? What do you mean a fan Oh, Lorcania. I'm dumb. Lorcania is a fan project. Okay, I don't care. When will Lorcana be released? It will be staggered over 3 release dates. August 18th to local game stores. September 1st is when they will come out on like Amazon or something. Will Lorcana have a competitive scene? Of course it will. How to play? Only a handful of cards have been revealed. Yeah, we got an information on how to play. What are the inks? What the hell does that mean? I don't understand that at all. What are the inks? Amber, amethyst, emerald, ruby. He didn't go into that. I don't know what he's talking about there. So up here, we have like the card library, which has like all sorts of different cards. I'm guessing it has like all the different cards that are available. Why is there alien? Oh, I get it. So you can take a look at the different classifications. And now that the first chapter is out, they've got everything uploaded online, so we can take a look at what is the most legendary cards, which I'm guessing are these. Well, they're all super expensive, so. Yeah, I'm guessing so. So these are the rarity of enchanted. Like, what's the difference? Like, I don't understand what the difference is. So these are the most rare cards then, huh? You got the Genie. Regular old Mickey. Sexy thick Tinkerbell. Returning King Simba. Belle, who is full on in the middle of the library in her dress for some reason. Aurora, who fell asleep mid-stance. Maui, who's just happy to be here. Aladdin, who is cosplaying as a dork. Mickey Mouse, who is in Kingdom Hearts, and behind me, there we go. Elsa, who, I like that, that's pretty. You can pay 6 lore ink to play this on top of one of your characters named Elsa. As opposed to chronically very tight. Is there 2 stitches? There's at least 2 stitches. This is other bonkers stitch, excuse me. And Hades, King of Olympus. That's a cool card. Cards are all very expensive. What's like the most expensive card? It looks like it's Elsa. No. Wayward Sorcerer Mickey Mouse over here. You pay 1 less to play broom characters. Oh god. Do they know what they're talking about? I hope they know what they're talking about. There's a couple of each. Shift lets you play better cards. Cheaper. Oh. I don't know if that's what you meant, but that's what I clicked. So what is the least rare card? Like, what is like just... Actually, you know what? I take that back. Give me just some regular old rares. Like Fishbone Quill. Just a big old Maui. Like, some of these are really neat. I'd like to take some time. Maybe one of these nights we'll do like a proper Warcania night. This wasn't going to be a full in-depth. This was just, I want to know what's going on. Like, if it's not Baroque, don't fix it. Maleficent card. These all look really cool. Tabletop sim. There is 0 chance that won't be immediately blocked, right? Like, that's just gonna 1000% get banned off of a tabletop sim, right? These are some cool cards. Why is there more than one Haiti King of Olympus? You can upload cards to Tabletop Sim yourself. Oh, it's true. I mean, I don't really give a shit if I get banned off of Tabletop Sim. I just figure that they won't stay up very long. But if I, you know, upload them myself, that's a different can of beans. Some of the super rare cards. A lot of Moana cards. I'm really into Moana lately. Artful Rogue Mickey. Each player discards their hand and draws 7 cards. This is the asshole card. I love that. Other sexy Tinkerbell. Somebody really liked really big Tinkerbell. So these medium ones, these are the less impressive cards that we were looking at earlier. That's neat. I think I got, you know what? We have a few more activities to do. Can we think we can get to 10? We need 10, right? We need to complete at least 10 activities. So if we're going to be a junior ranger, here we did 1. We have not done that one. We did 2. We did 3. We did 4. We did 5. We did 6. We've got a few more to do. Okay, so Waco Mammoth National Park has more than monument has more than just mammoths. Scientists also found a saber cat. This is Barry. Barry's not scary. He's a baby. Scientists don't know if saber cats had spots, stripes, or no marks at all. Use your imagination. Color how you think Barry looked. I'm coloring the berry. He looked red, and he had a red coat, and he looked like he had a gingery red color, and his face was all blue. Excellent. Next, oh God, skip it. That was 7. I'm going to skip the word search. Crates and barrels. The mammoths of Waco lived during the Ice Age, a time scientists call the Pleistocene epoch. This period started 2.5 million years ago, long after the dinosaurs died. The Ice Age ended. We already talked about that. Look at the pictures below. Can you find the 5 things that don't belong in the Ice Age? I bet you I can. I bet you this is going to be easy. Draw an X on anything that doesn't belong. Okay, Blue's Clues notebook doesn't belong. Paintbrush or paint thing doesn't belong. A clock doesn't belong. This thing doesn't belong. What's the 4th thing that doesn't belong? It's not turtle. Turtles were around back then, right? Saber cats were. Is it this critter right here? This monster? Were there elephants back then? I don't know. I'm never going to be a junior scientist. Whatever I'm supposed to be. I think it's this thing. But I'm not 100%. Actually, no, wait, I take that back. Is it this monster? Like down here at the right? This thing looks like a... Well, whatever. I'm going to go with that one. Final answer. That was... 6, 7, 8, right? Oh, I didn't read the whole thing. You're right. There were no dinosaurs. You're correct. God damn it. Glorp's gonna be the amateur the junior ranger. What do you sense? Go on one of the trails. Well, we're gonna have to pretend on this one. The best way to learn about the world around you is to get out and explore. Remember to leave no trace. Once you find a happy spot, sit still for 5 minutes. What did you notice? Well, I'm not going outside. I'm not giving you 5 minutes. So I'm giving you 30 seconds. Touch. Gently touch nearby plants. What do they feel like? I don't have any plants, but I have cartridges of weed, and I'm going to touch that because that came from the earth. So it feels like weed. Close your eyes. What do you hear? I hear vaporwave. At 144p to make it sound a bit more authentic. You're surrounded by many scents. What do you smell? Aforementioned wheat. But just to not give myself the same answer, some delicious crystal light. Look all around you. What do you see? Look out, he's got a gun! Telling the story. Paleontologists are detectives looking for clues in the fossils. When there are enough clues, they can put together a story about what happened long ago. Scientists at Waco Mammoth found a lot of clues about what happened at this place. An artist painted this mural to tell the story. Look at this Voice cracks are killing me. Look at this picture like a scientist would. Circle the camel. Am I stupid? Is that the camel? Way back there? I think that's the camel. Jesus. Circle one of the baby mammoths. Well, that one was way easier to find on our Where's Waldo quest. There we go. Scientists are not sure what color Columbian mammoths were. Do you agree with the color artist chose? Why or why not? Yeah. And because I don't care. Describe what's happening in this picture. It looks like the mammoths are crossing over a river, possibly as some sort of migration, maybe to escape a predator, and it looks like this camel is eating shit in the background and possibly is going to be swept away, which just seems the worst. Seems like the worst fate for this camel, unfortunately. Draw a mammoth. Not sure why I went with yellow. A mammoth. There we go. There's our mammoth. What did you explore? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I already answered that. What did you explore? I explored the wild, I guess. I explored a whole bunch of places. Is this like the end questions for our stream? Sure, I'll take it. Doesn't have ears. There you go. What did you explore? Well, I explored a little bit of everything. We went to we went to the Magic Museum. We went to Cedar Key. We went to But we went to Groom, Texas. Remember? That place was terrible. What did you learn? God, so much. We learned that there was an abortion statue and that everybody involved with it should be just lined up on the street and just... I don't want to say shot. I do not want to say shot on the street. So I won't. That's a little far. I'm not saying shot on the street. I'm saying they should be very, very unhappy with their lives. That's all I'm going to say. What did you protect? Not the respect of the people who made that terrible statue. So, okay. So this is 1, 2, 3, skipped 4, skipped 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We did it. We did at least 10 activities. We, today, in the sight of God and man, became junior rangers. That does not mean you can be on my desk, though. Hey, Willow, get them off my desk. Awesome. So here is our junior title certificate. We're not here at a ranger. We can, if I really cared enough, I would send it to Waco, but I don't. And I really don't want to bother them with my dumb joke. Everyone say bye to the mammoth. This is to certify that, so I'll just fill it out for them. I'm being very nice, taking the time out of their day. I know that they're busy with tours, so I will fill it out for them. This is to certify that Roar is granted the title of Junior Ranger on this, the 29th day of August 2023. I almost gave my real signature. Oh. Unfortunately, we're not going to get a park ranger signature, so I'm just going to draw a mammoth to signify Slappy S, our mammoth park ranger. She was very helpful. We gave her a whole bunch of memes to deal with, and she was very nice about it. So here is our park ranger signature. We are junior rangers now, and that's something that can't ever be taken away from us. That was beautiful. Is it time to sing the goodbye song? I don't even know if Kitty's awake, but I could sing her the goodbye song. And you too, Glorp, I guess. Might be time to test out the goodbye song. But not to Brad. Never to Brad. Just kidding. It's just a jerk. Wait, how do I even do the good? Oh, it's a button, isn't it? Where is it? Do I even have? I do have it. Here we go. I had a great time, guys, but I think it's time to say goodnight. Hey, this was really fun.
We hope you liked it too.
It seems like we've just begun when suddenly we're through. Goodbye, goodbye, my chat, goodbye. It's time to go. I'm switching up the words. So hey, I say, well, that's okay.
Cause we'll see you very soon. I know.
Very soon, I know. Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye. Tomorrow just rides today. The Roar, the bot, and the Twitch live stream will be waiting for you to come and watch. To come and watch. To come and watch. Bye now.
Thanks for your time. Have a good day.